Hello, everybody. It's happening again. This is not the same occurrence as this morning. This is a second separate occurrence. That's all gone, so no one's in the way of first responders this time. That's good, at least. Improvement. Throwing everything today. I don't see the cups out there yet. Should open soon. dying deaths of despair around here. It's really no good, folks. Suicides, overdoses, none of it's necessary. Don't do anything about it. The staff here is supposed to be, but they don't bother. Nothing they do is useful. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in salary are spent in this place, and nothing of any use is done. I mean, your tax dollars, by the way. Not mine, of course. Well, I guess, yeah. Pay tax here and there, but one of the giant benefits of having no income for so very many years now is that you can't really be criticized for funding the nonsense. It's like, well, I didn't vote for it, I also didn't pay for it, so. That probably sounds terrible because the mic's across the room. It's by the window. Not across the room, but, not by my face. I need just a good stationary camera and mic setup for this. Just like press a button, and it's like, yep, shenanigans again. There's enough like straight up illegal stuff that goes on around here that like the staff's maybe don't say that without the actual video. But boy, would that have some return on investment, huh? A couple of lawsuits going. Things are bad, folks. Very, very bad. She's kind of mean. She'll be fine, huh? Or not, who knows? No one knows and no one cares. That's the whole thing about us. We've just been abandoned. So it's going to have to be one day soon here. Probably today, honestly. Just be yanked out of here and just be the last day of my vacation. No one asks any questions. And just things will just keep going like they've always gone. Despite asking for help, despite everyone knowing. Everyone here probably has the same story, right? Not unique. It's just not help to people that need help. And people only get the cameras on. That's kind of the thing. Like in general, there are some exceptions here and there, but this is horrible. Like, you're supposed to just go on with no hope, and if you talk about, like, well, I'm feeling pretty hopeless, and I think I might, stop that feeling, where that's possible. People are like, no, you have to survive, so we can keep torturing you. Like, oh, thank you. That's what a friend would do. And all the deaths of despair here, directly responsible. It's going to be Oakland. They don't do anything that they're, contractually obligated. They just don't help. They sit in the office, and that's what they do. It's like, okay, well, you're supposed to be a social worker, right? Make it the social. And the work. It's like a garden. We have a garden out there. You can't see it here, but this is that white structure, how do you describe it? Gazebo, not even a gazebo. A little shelter thing where you set a picnic table under. Right, okay. So right over there, there's this, they spent hours making a garden that's just going to be destroyed the first time a dog wanders by. they do stuff like that. So you take a picture and post it, right? But it doesn't matter that they're just wasting time, wasting money, and not helping because they got their picture. Narcissists love being seen helping the homeless, but the unfortunate side effect of that is that all people dealing with homeless stuff are narcissists, and they don't actually give a shit about actually helping us. As long as they have their social media posts, they're fine. Because we're supposed to die like this, right? We're supposed to just... Like, that's part of the plan. No one's bothered by it. But no one even wants to look into how preventable it is. And it's all, not always, right? Some people, I mean, they're beyond saving. That's not even most. Again, this is the second occurrence of people coming out here to yank someone out of this place. There's only about 40 people that live here, something like that. And about every week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, depending on the season, maybe, we get this response. Someone out, a lot of times they're dead, a lot of times they're not, sometimes they're back, sometimes it's just... And all the staff just sits like nothing. If some of them try to help you, they just don't. They don't have to, right? Because this is part of the plan. Because if they fail, this just happens, they get someone else in. They still keep getting paid. They have no incentive to do their job. No incentive whatsoever. I know it's kind of gross to just be filming all this, but people need to know what's happening here. And I don't think people, when I speak, I don't think people understand that I'm telling the truth or reflecting reality. And this is, I guess, probably the only way to evidence, at least. Don't know what to do, so just doing things. You can tell it's the second occurrence today because Michelle's car, isn't that right? Remember Michelle, the asshole that parks like a narcissist? This is where the first responders want to park, right? Right up on the curb there, close as possible. Not have to think about it too much because they're in a fucking hurry, right? Don't be that person that's parking just anywhere but a parking space. That's... Unless you have a really good reason, like you're actively unloading and you need to be there, or that's pretty much it, you're a narcissist, right? Because you think you get to park in the special place and not other people, right? Like these people even park in like the marked handicap spaces. It's just, they're staff. Their job is to, but they just have because there's no supervision of any value. They just don't hold each other accountable for anything. It's just they come here because they have to, and they do nothing, and they leave, and they get paid, and they just live their lives. Like, I'm like a farm animal. I'm like, okay, well the farmer just came in and then he left, and I'm just gonna sit here like this. Thank you. Thanks for all the help. So that's what I am. I'm not, because helping me doesn't help them at all. They need to find a new person to sit here. They have no incentive to help. And they don't. And no one's making them, so it's just disgusting, people. Like, if we're not going to help people like me, just let us know so that we just go die and not suffer. Like, that would be so much nicer if you were just like, yeah, no one's going to help you, so here's whatever it's going to be, and you can go kill yourself now. I mean, because that's what you're doing, it's a longer process. It's like you don't want to see it, so you hide it out somewhere, and they put us in conditions that are not livable. For no reason, right? Okay, so some people here are probably criminals. I'm not. Never been arrested for anything. Never been addicted to anything for caffeine, probably, but that's all you, too. And there's no reason not to help. And I'm just being driven to suicide while everyone watches. And it's not like everyone doesn't know. I've been nothing if not open about this. But that's what happens here, right? It's only about people die here all the time. Like, this isn't theoretical. I'm genuinely in danger. Right? Because I have to see the inputs these people do. Just because I can talk a little bit sometimes doesn't mean I'm any better off than these people. I'm in such danger, folks. Please help me.